Hello everyone, welcome back. In this session I am going to discuss about the another types of the metal joining processes. Those are called as a soldering and brazing. As we have discussed in the previous sessions, the metal joining process, welding, in that different types of the welding: arc welding, gas welding, TIG welding and MIG welding. We have discussed. Similar to that, some other two types of the metal joining process are the soldering and the brazing. Here we will discuss that one, what is meant by that soldering and what is meant by brazing, and where these are used and what are the specific applications are there. Those we will discuss. First, let us take the soldering. Soldering is the method of joining two thin metal pieces using a dissimilar metal or alloy by the application of heat. Here the thin metal sheets joining only we are going to use this soldering, and dissimilar metal, that is a filler material what we are using, that is a dissimilar, other than that of the base metal it is there. And here we are going to use the heat for melting of the filler material. And here this is the one of that is that type of the soldering. And in this one it consists of the soldering iron. The soldering iron, which is the heating source, and that is operates on the electricity. When we supply the electricity, the coil present in the soldering iron will heat this whatever the iron gun is there. Then here the soldering tin, the filler material is added. The filler material whatever is there, it is the alloy of lead and tin. Lead and tin alloy we are going to use as the soldering tin. And this, the base metal will not melt by using this application of heat by the soldering iron. Only this filler material will melt, and that joins the gap between the two metal pieces, thereby forming a joint. That is called as a soldering. That also we can see here. Some of the electronic circuits we are going to solder it. Here this is the soldering iron, okay, which is connected to the electricity supply, thereby it will be get heated. And this is the soldering filler material, that is a soldering tin and lead and tin alloy, this one. Okay, when we apply this one, connect to this, whatever this alloy is there, filler material, that will be melted, and that will be fills the gap where the soldering joint is to be provided. Here the base metal will not melt, only the whatever this filler material is there, that is melts. The base metal only get heated, that one. And for that, here the initial preparations are to be carried out to complete the soldering. Okay, that is a cleaning and application of the flux are required for that one, and that method we will discuss here. The method of soldering, the cleaning of the joining surfaces. The joining surfaces initially it should be cleaned, and the application of flux. The flux whatever is there, it is applied in order to prevent the whatever the molten, that is solder is there from the contamination of the atmospheric contamination. Okay, the atmospheric air or some other gases should not enter, that is in the molten metal. Okay, for that the flux is applied on the surface where the solder is to be provided. The tinning of the surface to be soldered, that usually the longer joint whatever we want to provide. Okay, there the surface whatever is there, it is initially coated with some, that is a filler material, and later that is again at the joint only we are going to apply this whatever the filler material is there. Then heating up that metal surface and the whatever the soldering wire is there, and later finally the cleaning up we are going to take. Then here we'll discuss what is the soldering is there. The soldering is a method of uniting the two thin metal pieces using the dissimilar metal or alloy by the application of the heat. The alloy of lead and tin is called soft solder, is used in varying proportion for sheet metal work. Okay, the different proportions as per the requirement we can use for the plumbing work, electronic boards and electrical junctions. There we can use this soldering. The melting temperature of soft solder will be between 150 to 350 degrees Celsius. Here the melting temperature is between 150 to 350 degrees Celsius. Less than 450 usually there for the soldering. Here the very less temperature is there. That's why the base metal or base metal workpieces will not be get melted. Only the filler material will be get melted and filled the joint between the two workpieces. To clean the joint surfaces and prevent the oxidation, a suitable flux is used by soldering. That's what I told that one. The flux is applied on the surface. Okay, the clean in that one as well as the prevent from the oxidation. For both the function, it is used for in the soldering, that is flux. Zinc chloride or rosin is the flux commonly used in soft soldering. Zinc chloride or rosin, the two different the fluxes are there which are commonly used in the soft soldering. A soldering iron is used to apply the heat produced from the electrical source. The soldering iron, whatever is there, that is used for applying the heat produced from the electrical source. An alloy of copper, tin and silver known as hard solder is used for a stronger joint. The soft solder, whatever is there, the joint is weak. It cannot be used any for load carrying. Okay, there any heavy sections we cannot use it. But hard solder, that can be stronger, provide the stronger joint by using the copper, tin and silver. Okay, that is a filler material. Only lead and tin, if we use that one, that will become a soft solder, and copper, tin and silver, that will become a hard solder. And the soldering temperature for hard solder ranges from 600 to 900 degrees Celsius. This temperature is higher because of that one. That is a melting temperature of that alloy what we are going to use for soldering, that is higher. Then about this soldering we have discussed. Now we should know that what are the advantages of soldering and what are disadvantages also. The first one, low cost and easy to use. Here only that is soldering iron is required and filler material wire. Okay, the tin and lead alloy wire is required. That is conveniently available at a lower cost only. That's why cost is low and easy to use that one. Okay, directly we can apply to that wire so that it will melt and joins the gap between the two metal pieces to join. That's why it is easy to use also. Solder joints are easy to repair and do rework. Here, because if any joints are provided earlier, if you want to remove that joint, or if anywhere wire is connected, if you want to remove that wire and connect somewhere else, during that time you can remove easily by application of the heat. Once again we will use the soldering iron to heat that surface, and there it will be separates, and later that can be removed and repaired or something, a rework can be done on that. The solder joint can last for many years. This can last for many years, that one. That means its durability is more. Okay, it can be used for a longer period of time. Low energy is required to solder. The soldering iron consumes less power. Okay, not much power it will consume. That's why low energy it will use. An experienced person can exercise high degree of control over the soldering process. If the person is experienced in the soldering, he can exercise that is high degree of control over the soldering process, that one, so that the better finish work as well as the better, that is joining, he can provide by using this solder. That advantage also we can have from the soldering. Then apart from these advantages, some disadvantages noted here. It is not suitable for heavy sections. Only for smaller, that is joining surfaces we can use that one. Heavy sections, okay, that is if its gap is more, and if the heavy load carrying work pieces are there, for them we cannot use this one. Not suitable for heavy sections. Temperature is limited. As I told that one, 150 to 350 temperature degrees Celsius, but it can be limited maximum of 450 degrees Celsius. That's why it's whatever the temperature is there, that is limited. Heating temperature is limited. That one. Strength is also limited. It's not strong, but it can provide the joint, but it is not strong enough of the welding as well as the another brazing metal joining process. Okay, the comparison also we can carry out later. Next I will move to the brazing. Brazing is a method of joining the two similar or dissimilar metals using a special fusible alloy filler material. Okay, here brazing is another method of metal joining. Here we can join the similar or dissimilar metals to similar or dissimilar metals also by using the special fusible alloy filler material. Here whatever the filler material we are going to use, that is a special fusible material. It can melt. That is a fusible alloy material. And here we can see that one. Basically here actually these two pieces of metals kept aside which are to be joined, and the filler material is placed over this one. The filler material is placed over the surface where the joint is to be provided, and here whatever the flame of that gas is there, the combustion gas, as in the case of gas welding. Okay, the oxyacetylene flame is there, the carburizing flame. Okay, the acetylene, if it is a more, then that is a carburizing flame, and that is used for the specific applications. Okay, that here also the brazing we are going to use, the braze welding already we have discussed. And from this torch, if you use the flame over these surfaces where the filler material is placed, due to that flame, heat of the flame, okay, it will be get melted and flows gaps between the two metals, flows inside the gaps between the two metals, and later that will have the joint, firm joint. It will have that one, that we can see here, the joining of the pipe. Okay, here the filler material is applying, and this is the gas flame, whatever is there, it is used for the heating of the filler material. This is also similar to that of the soldering. The base metal will not be get melted, only the filler material is get melted, and that joins the two surfaces. And here somewhat different than brazing, the temperature is higher in this one. The brazing is temperature is higher compared to the soldering. And how the soldering is carried out, that method we can see here, method of brazing. Cleaning the surface of the parts, these parts where the joint is we provided, that is cleaned. Application of flux at the joint, the flux is applied in order to clean that one and also prevent the molten that filler material from the atmosphere. Commonly borax and mixture of the borax and boric acid is used as flux. Okay, this is borax, and mixture of borax and boric acid is used as the flux here. The joint and the filler material are heated by the flame of gas. The joint whatever is there, that and filler material both are heated by the flame of the gas. The filler material flows into the joint space, and solid joint is formed after the cooling. Okay, here the flows into the joint, and solid joint will be formed after the cooling, that one. That is about the soldering. That is the process whatever is there, that also we can discuss here. Brazing is the method of joining two similar or dissimilar metals using a special fusible alloy filler material. Joints formed by brazing are stronger than that of the soldering. Okay, stronger joint we are going to get from it. During the brazing, base metal is heated by the gas welding torch above the melting temperature of the filler material of about 450 to 1000 degrees Celsius, but two pieces to be joined are not melted. Here the base metals are not melted, only the filler material is melted, and the temperature range for this whatever the heating is there, that is 450 to 1000 degrees Celsius. The filler metal must have ability to wet the surfaces of the base metal, means it should flow that one. Okay, it flow over the surfaces, that is called as a wetting. Some diffusion or alloying of the filler metal with the base metal takes place even though the base metal does not reach its melting temperature. The diffusion means that is the penetration of the material in one material. In the base material, that diffusion of this filler material will take place, or alloying, that one combines with that base material to form the alloy with the filler material. That may take place even though that base metal is not melted. The alloy may take place, or it may diffuse to form a solid joint. The materials used for brazing are copper base or silver base alloy. The material what we are going to use, that is a special fusible alloy material, that is a copper base alloy or a silver base alloy, depending upon the application, the type of this material, braze material we are going to use. These two can be classified under the name of spelters. These are classified under the name of the spelters. The spelter means just like powder. Whatever these alloys are there, those are just like powder. The powder it will be there, that will be kept where the joint is to be provided, and then later those are heated. The pillar material is heated so that melts and flows between the joints and forming a solid joints. Then this is the of the brazing, how it will be takes place, and we'll discuss the advantages and disadvantages of the brazing also. Advantages of brazing: it is possible to join any dissimilar metal. Any dissimilar metals we can join by using the brazing. The joint line is very neat aesthetically. The joint line whatever we are going to get from this brazing, that is very neat. The cleanly neat joint we are going to have from it. For the physical look we are going to get the very neat it is. The joint strength is strong enough for most non-heavy duty type of application. Even though it is a strong enough joint we are going to get, but it is used for the non-heavy duty type of applications. Disadvantage: brazed joints can be damaged under high temperature. The brazed joints whatever are there, if the high temperature applications in that place, if you use these joints, that will be get damaged, because below the 1000 degrees Celsius only that get melts. Therefore at the higher temperature that is working in the environment, if you use these joints, then those will be get damaged. Brazed joint require a high degree of cleanliness. Okay, the base metal as well as the filler metal should be have the higher cleanliness. Okay, that is required for this one. The joint color is often different from that of the base metal. The joint color whatever is there, that is different from that of the base metal. The base metal is maybe have the any color, its own color, and joint whatever we are going to provide by using the brazing, okay, that maybe if it is a copper alloy, okay, that will be brown, the joint may be there. Silver alloy, the whitish the joint we are going to get. Like this, some disadvantages associated with this brazing. With this I have discussed about the soldering and the brazing, how that is to be carried out, and how we are going to provide the joints by some other methods than that of the welding. Here we are going to compare between this soldering and the brazing also. The soldering, first the point, the temperature, if you want to compare. In case of soldering, the metals are joined with the help of pillar metal with a low melting point below 450 degrees Celsius and below the melting point of the metals to be joined. The base metals will not melt, only the filler material melts, but it will be below the 450 degrees Celsius. In case of soldering, in case of brazing, the filler metal has a melting temperature of more than 450 and up to 1000 degrees Celsius. The 450 to 1000 degrees Celsius temperature is used for melting of the filler material in brazing. Weaker joints compared to brazing, the joints are weaker. Stronger joints compared to soldering. Compared to soldering, the joints are stronger. The typical solder filler metals are alloys of tin. Now whatever the solder filler material is there, it is alloys of tin. Tin and lead commonly used. The typical filler material for brazing are aluminum, silver, copper, nickel and gold. These separately also we can use, or alloys of copper and the silver also we can use. The plugs used usually rosin. The rosin or the zinc chloride, that also we can use that one here as a plugs, but here the plugs used is borax. The borax and boron, the combination also we can use. This is the economical process. The cost is very less. That's the economical process of the joining two pieces of the metal. Not economical as soldering. Compared to the soldering, it is not economical. Usually suitable for to join the metals with small thickness. It is used for small thickness only, metals of the small thickness. Already we know that one, small thickness metals also, the sheets we can join, or we can use it for that electrical joints, junctions, and also we can use for the electronic circuits. Suitable process even for joining metals of larger thickness. For large thickness also we can use this brazing method. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, comment and share my videos, and some other videos also you can watch. Thank you once again.